Across Australia, regional communities face challenges such as a lack of work opportunities and the population drift to urban centres. One glaring example is Flinders Island in Bass Strait, one of the most remote spots in the country. Its population is at its lowest in 50 years. Locals were hoping the installation of the national broadband network would be their saviour, but they've now found that it won't be coming their way. Undeterred, the islanders aren't giving up and have outlined their vision for a sustainable future. Martin Cudahy reports from Flinders Island.
There's a remote corner of Flinders Island where only a handful of locals venture. After work, they make a 40-minute trek for the waves breaking at the mouth of the North East River.
I try and get up here as much as I can when work lets me to, but yeah, I tend to surf a couple of times a week, which is a bit of a bonus to the job, I guess.
Apart from surfing, Flinders Island is best known for its premium beef and milk-fed lamb, which are highly sought after in the country's top restaurants. The Deputy Mayor, Mick Grimshaw, moved here from Western Victoria after visiting the island on a holiday and believes it's Australia's last Eden.
It's a great place to live, it's a great community. It really does go back to Victoria 30 years ago where people help each other, farmers help farmers, and it's a generous, egalitarian place to live.
But this close-knit farming community is facing the same problems as regional centres across the country. Farms have expanded and fewer workers are needed to run them. The population has dwindled over time. From more than 1,200 residents 30 years ago, 800 remain.
Job-wise, it's a bit hard. What we really need is for people to come here and perhaps be able to work off-island while spending most of the time here. And for that, we'd really love the NBN to reach us, but it's not likely to do that.
Locals would like to see the national broadband network rolled out here. They believe it would allow people to live on the island and run interstate businesses using super-fast internet. But Flinders Island won't be getting the NBN because the population is under 1,000. The council's general manager, Ral Harper, believes it's a missed opportunity.
And it's just really disheartening in some respects to see so much money being thrown at a project such as that, and yet communities like ours are slipping through the cracks.
There's further challenges that are hitched to isolation. Fuel is as much as 30% more expensive, and groceries have to be shipped in. But there are those who do want to live and work here. Most of them are former residents who regularly return for events like the annual Flinders Island Agricultural Show. One of the visitors is Sam Oakenfull. He grew up here and would love to be the island's communications technician. The only problem is they've already got one.
Would you really like to be back home?
Yeah, I would. I've just been away for 4 years now, but once I get back it'll be really good. Just need to leave the island to get some work under my belt.
It's a similar story for many his age. The local council wants to position the island as one of the most sustainable communities in the country and import green jobs. The first item on the hit list is the power station. It's owned by one of the country's leading renewable energy businesses, but 12 million litres of diesel are burnt every year just to keep the lights on.
It's more unbelievable, really, that the green push around the nation doesn't come to places like this, like here, that have so much, renewable resource.
One of those resources is wind. There are 2 privately owned turbines here already, but they're more than 15 years old and can't cope with much more than a sea breeze. Typical of many locals, Mick Grimshaw has a few hats to wear. As well as Deputy Mayor, he's a farmer and head of the local Tourism Association. He believes wind farms are vital for Flinders Island, even though 7 years ago he was fighting against them in Victoria.
I would have thought you'd come to an island, make the whole island and the microcosm of Tasmania as a whole, make it sustainable, and then you've got a template to go to the state system.
There's only so much small communities can do without, funding from other areas.
With only 80 children across 10 years of schooling, education is facing the same challenges as the broader community.
As you get small enough numbers, even in sport, you can't play a team sport. It's hard to do group work, cooperative learning. And also the biggest challenge probably is the interaction with other people. We don't get to see a lot of students from other schools, and that causes difficulty in developing socialisation skills.
Just like its Bass Strait cousin, King Island, and many other regional communities, locals are pinning their hopes on tourism. At the moment, half the visitors come from Tasmania, but there's a push to double those numbers from right around Australia.
Because we've got so much to offer here, to be able to go to beaches where no one's been is not really available in a lot of other places.
And while some aspects of technology might be passing over this community, there's an allure here that's hard to deny. Because, as has always been the case, Flinders Island is a place known for its isolation and its beauty. The pristine coast, uncomplicated life.
One of the great things about Flinders Island is it is very untouched, it's very remote, and the beauty of the place really does rely on that.